Lin Zexu was a calm, scholarly official who found himself standing over a heap of rotting chests, 20,000 boxes of British opium, and decided to burn an empire's secret. In 1839, the Qing Dynasty sent Lin to Canton with one mission: stop the destruction of Chinese society by foreign narcotics. What he uncovered was not merely rampant smuggling, but a transnational conspiracy of commerce and statecraft. For decades, British merchants, backed by the East India Company, had turned opium grown in Bengal and Assam into a tool of profit and pressure. The company controlled cultivation and supplied the drug to private traders at auction. Firms like Jardine Matheson moved tons of it across the South China Sea, bribing officials, hiding shipments, and embedding the trade into the balance sheets of British imperial finance. When Beijing tried to enforce its laws, the merchants demanded protection. In London, voices in Parliament and at the Foreign Office, alarmed at lost profits and an unfavorable trade balance, began to argue that force, if necessary, was a legitimate remedy. Lin's campaign was precise and public. He ordered Chinese authorities to cut off credit, seize opium, and demand that foreign traders surrender their contraband. He confronted British superintendents, shut off trade in the factories, and wrote an appeal, famously addressed to Queen Victoria, pleading for the cessation of the opium traffic. Then he did what no Chinese official had dared. Around Human, he collected the seized opium, mixed it with lime and salt, and destroyed it by the sea. That destruction became the spark. British merchants who had spent fortunes to build this clandestine commerce called it an outrage. Behind their outrage was a deeper plan, not simply to recover lost product, but to secure legal protection and new markets. Jardine and Matheson, leading opium traders, lobbied hard. In the corridors of power, diplomats and ministers who profited from imperial trade argued that China must be taught to respect British interests. The result was military escalation. The Royal Navy, with cruisers and steamers, enforced a blockade. Skirmishes along the Pearl River turned into full-scale engagements. The conspiracy was therefore twofold: a social one, the coordinated transnational opium industry that corrupted Chinese officials and addicted millions, and a political one, the alignment of commercial interests with British state power to use diplomacy and, when it suited them, guns. The First Opium War that followed left China defeated and humiliated. The Treaty of Nanjing in 1842 forced open 5 ports, imposed indemnities, and ceded Hong Kong to Britain. What began as private greed became international law. Lin Zexu paid a personal price. He was dismissed and exiled for his role in precipitating conflict the Manchu court could not contain. But history would remember him as the conscience of a nation, the man who tried to deny empire its narcotic lever. The merchants who fomented war gained fortunes and legal privileges. Jardine Matheson transformed into one of the most powerful conglomerates in Asia. Britain gained a foothold. China entered what many historians call the century of humiliation. This was no simple clash of civilizations. It was a conspiracy in plain sight. Agricultural policy in India fueling addiction in China, private profit shaping foreign policy, and naval power resolving commercial disputes. The opium conspiracy of the 1830s and 1840s changed Asia's map and moral landscape. Its echoes, unequal treaties, extraterritoriality, and the bitter memory of a drug trade weaponized by empire would shape regional politics for generations. Lin's pile of ruined chests was not just destroyed narcotics, it was evidence of how greed, diplomacy, and force can conspire to rewrite history.